In the small, fog-laden town of Eldridge, nestled between brooding hills and dense forests, whispers of ghostly happenings were as common as the morning mist. At the heart of these tales stood the old Whitaker mansion, abandoned for decades and shrouded in mystery. Eliza, a young journalist with a penchant for the supernatural, found herself irresistibly drawn to the mansion's secrets. Driven by a mix of curiosity and the promise of a career-defining story, she resolved to spend a night within its decaying walls. The mansion loomed tall and forbidding against the twilight sky, its windows like empty eyes staring into the abyss. As Eliza approached, the gate creaked open, as if welcoming her into its shadowy embrace. Armed with a flashlight and her notebook, she stepped onto the overgrown path leading to the front door. Inside, the air was thick with dust and the scent of mildew. Her footsteps echoed through the grand hall, disturbing the heavy silence. Portraits of stern-faced Whitakers lined the walls, their gazes following her every move. Eliza shivered, pushing the eerie sensation aside. She was here for answers, not to be scared off by old paintings. She set up camp in what must have once been the drawing room, its faded elegance still evident beneath the layers of neglect. The room was dominated by a grand piano, its keys yellowed with age. Eliza couldn't resist running her fingers across them, the discordant notes sending a chill down her spine. As night fell, the mansion seemed to come alive with whispers and faint footsteps echoing through the corridors. Eliza's heart pounded, but she steeled herself, determined to uncover the truth. She set up her recording equipment, hoping to capture any paranormal activity. Hours passed with nothing but the creaking of the old house and the distant hoot of an owl. Just as she began to doubt the stories, a cold draft swept through the room, extinguishing her candle. In the darkness, she heard it, a soft, desperate wail, like the cry of a soul trapped between worlds. The hairs on the back of her neck stood up as she fumbled for her flashlight. The beam of light cut through the darkness, revealing the spectral figure of a woman standing by the piano. Her face was a mask of sorrow, her eyes hollow and empty. Eliza's breath caught in her throat as she realized she was seeing the ghost of Emily Whitaker, the youngest daughter who had disappeared without a trace over a century ago. Emily's lips moved, but no sound came out. It was a silent scream, a plea for help that transcended the barriers of time. Eliza's journalistic instincts kicked in, and she spoke softly, asking what had happened to her. The ghostly figure pointed towards the basement door, then vanished into the ether. With trembling hands, Eliza made her way to the basement. The door creaked open to reveal a flight of rickety stairs descending into darkness. She hesitated, then steeled herself and descended. The air grew colder with each step, and an oppressive silence pressed down on her. At the bottom, she found a small, hidden room. Inside, a child's toy lay abandoned on the floor, covered in dust. But it was the pile of bones in the corner that made her blood run cold. Emily's remains, hidden away for all these years, silently screaming for justice. Eliza knew she had found her story, but more importantly, she had uncovered the truth behind the mansion's haunting. She vowed to bring Emily's story to light, to give voice to the silent scream that had echoed through the Whitaker mansion for over a century. As dawn broke over Eldridge, Eliza emerged from the mansion, her heart heavy but her resolve strong. She would tell the world of Emily Whitaker, and finally, the silent scream would be heard.